Hello, my Flosstube friends. It's time for another episode. It is time for another Fun Friday Flosstube Weekly Update with me. I am Annie. I am Joy-Filled Stitcher, both here on YouTube and over on Instagram. And this is my channel / video about cross stitch. Well, mainly cross stitch. Little knitting thrown in here and there, a little life update, and some other crafts and smatterings of other things. So, how has everybody been this week? I hope you have had a great week. This has been a great week. It's been a long week. It's been a tiring week. This is Flosstube number 70. 70. Wow. Like, that's pretty awesome. And today is Friday, September the 18th, 2020. And I want to thank you, each of you, for joining me whenever you are having an opportunity to watch this video. And thank you to all the new folks that have found me and are subscribed and want to be part of this awesome, I don't know, words, they fail me. And thank you to those of you who are returning, who have hung on to the bumper of this loco train for quite some time. So what do I have to share with you today? I have some stitching, quite a bit of stitching. I am still in the throes of #StartTimber. A little bit of knitting to share with you. I have some stash to share. I have a little bit in the way of plans, but I mean, I've kind of chatted about all my plans. And then, yeah, that'll be all she wrote. So maybe a little life update first. So, first thing, actually, before we do a little life update, I have not heard back from the person who was selected to receive this chart, Owl and Gator Stitcher. So, Owl and Gator Stitcher, if you happen to watch this video and not my last one, you were chosen for this. If I do not hear from you through my email, which is linked in the description box below, it's not there until tomorrow. So if you happen to watch this on Friday evening and the description box is not filled, you can go back to my previous video to click there. If I don't hear from you by next Friday, I am going to repick, because I would like for this to go to somebody who would enjoy stitching it and who regularly watches my videos. And I've seen you comment, so it could just be you're behind in the times like I am, and so that's why I want to give you another week. Last week I asked if there was anyone who wanted to stitch this like Noah's Ark, and it actually comes with like a cute little sampler, like a Noah's alphabet sampler, and then also it comes with the chart, because it's on the back of this cute little cup, and the motifs to do some of these blocks. So I did random YouTube comment picker and filtered it by the word that I asked you to put, which was arc, and I did spell it A-R-K. Unfortunately, there were a couple people that I noted when I was going through and reading your comment that you spelled it A-R-C, so it's not going to pop up. So if you really do want to stitch something and I tell you how to spell it, please spell it right, because then I feel bad. So there were 13 unique commenters that said arc. And I did it again just to make sure. So let's see who was selected. So the winner is Linda Gus, G-U-S-S. Says, beautiful as always, love the arc. Have a wonderful day with little one tomorrow, a day she will remember for the rest of her life. Thank you for making my Friday lovely again. Thank you so much, Linda. So Linda, if you are watching this, please take an opportunity to send me an email with your mailing address. It'd be even better if you filled out the Google form. I did hear feedback that the Google form is being weird with the country, so I am going to fix that, and it should be correct. It's only allowing you to put numbers in. I don't know. I'm pretty well versed in Google forms, so that's a glitchy something. So I am going to go ahead and get that fixed. So if you want to fill out the Google form, that would be great. I'm not going to make it where you can't win, at least for the time being, if you don't have the Google form. So how about a little life update? So I know last week in my Friday video, I shared that Saturday we were going to be heading over to Dallas to get my daughter's ears pierced. as well as head to the American Girl store with her sweet little friend, her little best friend, and her mom, and her best friend's mom. It went great. She was very nervous, but she was so brave. She did such a good job. She picked out some pink tourmaline studs, so they're pink and sparkly, and she is so good about wanting to make sure her hands are clean and before she turns them and washing them, and they're healing wonderfully already. We are 1 week in and they look perfect, which is a blessing because my ears are still a wreck, and I've had my ears pierced since I was 10. The American Girl store was fun. Joy-filled little one was hemming and hawing about which doll she might want to get. She had been talking about possibly getting a doll when we went, and I was fine with that because she had some money that she could spend on that. But she just didn't really have one she super loved, and she knew that there was a new historical doll coming out, and then she also knew that 2021 meant there would be a new doll of the year. So she said, you know, I think I'm just going to wait because I know this won't be the last time we come. So she got a couple of outfits for her doll, and we had a great time. Her friend got a doll she had been really wanting. She got Rebecca. Rebecca Rubin is her full name. And she is, her story talks a lot about her Jewish heritage. And my daughter's friend is very fascinated with the Jewish culture and the Jewish faith. So she had been talking about getting that doll. So what's interesting is this week, American Girl released, so like when we came back from the American Girl store, I looked up online to see if there was any information about the doll of the year for 2021, because sometimes they'll leak out details, but I stumbled upon the details for the newest historical doll. So American Girl released this week the newest historical doll. Her name is Courtney Moore. And if you're not familiar with American Girl, each one of the girls represents a year in history. And they usually have the problem and solution revolves around things of that time period. Doll of the year are more like modern time stories. They have certain hobbies, and the stories revolve around those hobbies. The historical characters revolve around their time in history. The newest doll, his name is Courtney, which for those of you who don't know was a top name in the 1980s. I'm like kind of offended with the fact that American Girl believes that a historical doll is from 1986. All the eye blinks for you, American Girl. I will say this. There is a reasoning behind why they picked 1986. That is the year that American Girl was founded, and the first doll came out by the Pleasant Company, which was the first dolls were the Pleasant Company dolls. And so the doll actually has a doll-sized, relatively speaking, version of Molly, which is one of the historical dolls that's currently retired. I'm hoping they bring her back because she was kind of one of my favorites. I had Samantha growing up, and I cut her hair, and then it was shocked when I kept cutting it and it wasn't even, and whatever. Long story short, Courtney Moore might be like the most historical doll that I can relate to. Obviously, she typically the dolls are between 10 and 12. I think they're 10 the year that their story is written. So she's a little bit older than I was. I was 6 in 1986. And she has all the acid wash stuff. She has all the poofy skirts. She has all the tulle headbands. She has a Swatch watch and a fanny pack. She has a Pac-Man arcade game that actually works and you can play. Her bed is a bunk bed that the bedding looks very similar to DJ Tanner's bedding on Full House. She has a sleeping bag that is Care Bears, yes, and a doll-sized, relatively speaking, Care Bear stuffed animal. Joy-filled little one has already bookmarked that one. Her nightgown is Care Bear themed. Her lunchbox is like the 80s style plastic lunchbox that has the thermos in it, and it's Pac-Man. And inside the lunchbox, it has like a peanut butter sandwich on like Wonder Bread, and it looks like Wonder Bread, a cosmic brownie, apple slices, and a can of cheese puffs. Like, you go, girl. You know, all the neon, all the acid wash. It is so 80s. It is so good. It was interesting because my friend and I were texting back and forth, and she was like, where are her Swatch watches? This was before we knew that that was going to be one of the accessories you could buy. And I said, yeah, and her scrunch socks. And my friend said, she's a fraud. I was like, so when I found all the information, I shared it with her, and she was like, see, she's not as fraudulent as we thought. So anyway, Joy-Filled Little One likes her a lot, but she's reserving her judgment until the 2021 doll comes out. Can I guarantee she won't purchase accessories? No, not in the slightest. So anyway, that was Saturday. And then this week so far, we have been to 2 different doctor's appointments. Monday, we went and saw the ENT to kind of get her hearing evaluated. We were in need of seeing the new one since hers retired back in March. And her hearing test came back low across the board in her bad ear. And so they recommended either surgery to repair or patch her eardrum on that side, or a hearing aid. Well, Joy-Filled Little One said, hearing aid, please. She does not want to have surgery, and my husband and I are in agreement that she will not have that surgery until she is fully grown, or at where she hits her peak height. So that is several years down the road, in hopes, because she's not very tall right now. Not like her mama. So we went this afternoon. That's why I'm a little bit later filming this. We went this afternoon to have her hearing aid evaluation. And so we've made some decisions about that. And we are moving ahead with that. We're just waiting on like the insurance part of it and all of that. She's taking it very much in stride. So yeah, this week has been long. This week has been wonderful in the realm of crafty things. I've been tired, very tired. I think the daily mask wearing, to the extent that I wear them pretty much from the time I walk in the building at school till the time I leave, with the exception of lunch and taking water breaks, is starting to wear a little bit on me. I don't want to say that for sure this is the thing, but I find myself being a little bit more spacey, like not being able to remember things. Kind of when I come home, I like have to remind myself that I can take a deep breath. Kind of a like raspy yuckiness in my throat, not a sickly, but like just from breathing that, you know, anyway. So needless to say, oh, and allergens have been super high. Ragweed has been off the chart. So it's got Joy-Filled Little One, you know, breathing through her mouth at night because her nose is sniffly, and we both feel fine. We're not worried that it's COVID or anything like that. We did finish, this was our 5th week of school, in-person instruction. For anybody who's new and did not know that, I am an educator. And things are going really well. So we've kind of hit our groove in terms of homework and things like that. I am getting a tiny bit of either stitching or knitting time at work, but not much. Maybe a little bit during my lunch, or I'll pull out my hitchhiker like during a break in the morning, but I don't have very many breaks. I usually use the tiny ones I have to fill up my water or go to the restroom because my kids are more spread out throughout the day. So I think that's kind of it for Life Update. This weekend, we do not have much going on at all. We have just our typical, you know, do the laundry, pack, meal prep. I have to do a little bit of grocery shopping, but we tend to do that like on either tomorrow morning or Sunday morning early. We were debating going swimming because our pool is still open on the weekends since public school is not back in session until the beginning of October. They decided to keep the pool open on the weekends, but she's still within kind of that time with the ear piercings and all that we don't want to risk salt water being causing a problem. So we might go the next week. So I have some whips to share with you. Actually, most of them are new starts. I have some knitting stuff to show you. I'm not showing you all my knitting projects. I'm going to kind of alternate. I'm basically going to show you just the ones that I started this week. Yes, I started knitting projects this week. I've lost my mind, but it's for good reason. They're part of CALs. I mean, knit along. So, you know, we have our stitch alongs. Cross stitch is full of acronyms. I will try to do a better job of saying what it is. WIP is work in progress. It is funny though, little side note. When my daughter was labeling her folders in class, they have a WIP folder, a WIP folder. And the kids were all like, why WIP? What? A whip? Like, what does that mean? Like a whip? And that's for you, Pam and Steph. I, by the way, am obsessed with your whip on your phone. Although I could be your sound effect if I was there, because I make a pretty good whip sound. Okay. Anybody remember that Friends episode where Chandler does it? Whoop-pow! I need to get back and watch some Friends because they just tickle me. They giggle. They make me giggle so much. Okay, anywho. So my daughter raised her hand and goes, teacher. She said her teacher's name, obviously. I know what WIP WIP stands for. And the teacher kind of looked at her like, you do? She goes, yeah, work in progress. My mom has a lot of those. Yes, child, I do. What of it? You better not have very much in that folder unless it's told to put there by your teacher. All right, so I think I've rambled on enough. I was hoping this would not be a super long video. I'm exhausted, guys. I'm going to try to not be too all over the place. So let's just start sewing some stitching. So first up, I have this project that was my big old project that I spun this week. Lives in a So Much to Love bag. This is Little House Needleworks Blessed is the Life. I am doing a full color conversion on this to fancies and DMCs. I added in a lot more colors. The original only had just a smattering. I wanted it to be more colorful. This is on an 18 count Aida from a seller on Stash Unload by the name of Oksana. And I worked a little bit more in this house. I need to put some more time in it. I'm not super loving the 3371 that's used for the windows and the roof, but I think it's going to be okay. So yeah, I got a tiny bit into that. Not much, but I do love it. It's not going anywhere. I just didn't get that much. All right, yesterday, this is in no particular order, so I'm going to kind of try to remember, but I know this one was my start yesterday. This lives in a project pouch I sewed with some cute, like, traveling fabric. Somebody asked me in the comments if I shared how I did these. I did 2 videos back. When I very first started showing these, I shared that this is a zip top luggage tag that I got off of Amazon. I bought them in a set of 100. I think I bought 2 sets because I was just like, I need 2 sets. I don't know. And then this, it had said in the listing for that it fit this size printable business card by Avery perfectly. And so I ordered those, and then I literally went in and you can get the templates either in Microsoft Word or you can go on Avery and format them there. That's a little trickier. Like if you use it in Word, it's a lot better. I have a lot of different cover photos, but the ones I didn't, I just went into my drive where I have things saved, or I went and found an image on Google. I screenshot it, I put it in, and then I put in my information about it. Start, finish, if there's any floss information, like if I did changes, what my fabric is. This one's a little bit more blank because when I created this, I had not started it and I didn't know. Okay, so anywho, that was a long drawn out explanation. This holds Arranging Tools by Ink Circles. I am stitching this on a piece of 18 count Mystery Aida from BeStitchMe. This is for my husband. Yesterday, the 17th, was the 10-year anniversary of our first date. And so I thought it was the perfect day to start this, and I have been wanting to stitch this. So far I have the outline of the level and the beginning of one hammer. And I changed up the colors a little bit. They're pretty close to the originals, but I've got some Victorian Motto, color and cotton, and some classic Colorworks. And I love this Aida. I had some BeStitchMe fabric that was supposed to show up today, but I think I must have a substitute mailman because it hasn't come. So it'll get shown next week. It was an order I did on their, off the website. All right, so then in this tiny little canvas pouch with no tag, because I haven't made a tag for it, is an ornament start. I bought a set of 12 of these little canvas pouches for smalls, and they all have different colored zippers. I will link these below. They're just a plain canvas pouch. I considered at some point even like writing something on here or drawing on it, letting my daughter paint them. I don't know. But I just needed some more small pouches, and these were reasonable. I think I got like 12 of them for maybe about $12. And the inside lining is that kind of parachute-y kind of material and matches the zipper. I mean, they're really good quality. And this one holds a chart that I got from the newest, no, my apologies. This is from Just Cross Stitch Magazine, the February 2020 issue. And this is from Tiny Modernist, and this is Cabin in the Woods. And I adore this so, so very much. I am stitching this on I think I have the notes up here as to what I am stitching this. It's an 18 count. I think this is a Mystery BeStitchMe. And it's going to be kind of tricky to see because I only have a little bit of the house. No, you can see it. The house is surrounded by lots of other colors, so I'm not worried about it blending in, but I did get a bit of a start on this. This is a fun one. And I'm stitching this mostly in the called for or very close. I think I'm pretty much on the money with regards to that. All right, next up, I did put some more time into the project that lives in this little 5x6 Garon bag. This is their old mini-sized bag, or mini bag size. I am kind of obsessed with their next size up. I wish they would do that for bag of the month. I would be totally on board with that. In fact, I might reach out to them about that. So I need smaller ones. This holds an ink circles chart that is called the Love Bug. This is a Patreon exclusive chart that was released back in April of this year. If you become a patron, as far as I know, it unlocks all prior posts. She posts, if you're at her friend level, which I think, I don't remember how much that is, but if you're at the friend level, you can look at what her different tiers are. You get an exclusive chart every month, and they are good. Like, I have them all kitted. I am stitching it in the called for awesome colors of DMC or close. And then this is on a piece of 16 count Barnwood Aida from Picture This Plus. So I went and since last time I showed this, I have since crossed all the X's on this innermost portion and started over here. So I think I'm going to do this almost like a coloring book and do all of the outlines that are in DMC 310 and then fill in from there. And this is just in this little pouch. In my other little pouch, this is another 5x6. This is the Downton Abbey one. I have another of her exclusive charts. This was the May 2020, and this is Posy Go Round. And she shows you this colorway. There's actually in the post lots of options. You basically pick whichever colors you want. You pick a flower color, a leaf color, and a doily color. And so I am stitching this on a piece of 16 count Slate from Hand Dyed by Stephanie. This is an offcut I got at my L&S. And I have a bit of a start. And I'll show you my colors. Actually, it goes like this. My bad. I am stitching this. I have not decided about my doily color, but I will show you my flower and my leaf colors. They are both color and cotton. So I have color and cotton Hollyberry and color and cotton Primitive Vines. And I'm deciding about my doily. I'm either going to do color and cotton Emerald City, which is a pretty turquoisey teal, or Mycelium, which is a pinkish lavenderish toned white. So I don't know. I haven't decided which one of those yet. I've got time to figure that out before I get to the doily part. I'm kind of loving having all of these smalls available to me. They're nice to be able to take and have one in my car, not in my car, have one like in my purse or have one in my work bag. So yeah. And these little Patreon charts are adorable. Like, I will not be a patron of hers. Not. All right, so then in this project bag, this is a Diddly Daddle Designs in-hand stitcher bag. I have two charts I started on the same day. because I am all about Darling and Whimsy Designs, Deanna. She is doing a whole series of Quirky Quakers. So I started Quirky Quaker Puffin, which is her number 1, and Quirky Quaker, that's upside down, Hedgehog. I'll show you those close up. That's her number 2. She also has number 3, which is a bat. I just haven't had a chance to purchase that one yet. So here's Quirky Quaker Puffin. And then you have Quirky Quaker Hedgehog. And they are adorable. And they are fast stitches. I am stitching both of them on like just an 8x12 piece of Earthen Aida from Picture This Plus. For the Puffin, I am using a Threadworx for it, and you can see it's really pretty. This is 11215 Marooned is the name, and as you can see, he's got some variegation. I think he's adorable. He is adorable. And then for the Hedgehog, I am using a spool of Sulky that Jen Upton sent me. I adore it. Joyful little one about ripped that out of my hand. She thought it was so cute. And this is one of their variegated blendables. And this one is, I'm looking for a number for you, 4006. And I think it's something like autumnal. I don't know, but it is so cute. And I'm loving the Sulky on here. It's a lighter look than the Threadworx, than the 2 strands of Threadworx. But I'm kind of liking that. So I am going to do the bat, but I don't know on what or in what or any of that. So that's in a holding pattern. All right, I did put some more time into my Home for Christmas Sal from Fuzzy Fox Designs on Etsy. I'm currently working on this house right here. There has been one more release, which is an elf house. And I saw some cool conversions. Somebody, instead of the little like bridge looking thing, did a ladder. I was like, ooh, that's cute. So I put a little bit more into that first house. This is on a 20 count Aida in Vintage Country Mocha. So yeah, I love it. They're going to be small. I don't know if on this one I'm going to do balloons. Somebody brought up, it might have been Rachel herself. She's the proprietor of Fuzzy Fox, doing like little loose beads, like lights, like Christmas lights. And I thought that is adorable. And I think I have some that would be the perfect like Christmassy shades. So that's a possibility. All right, so this is another new start. This one does not have a tag on it. This is in a pouch with some amazing Tula Pink fabric that I sewed. I have some pouches coming from Love You More, but again, they were in the mail today to come out. This is from maybe last year's All About Berries Club with Dying for Cross Stitch. This is Tudor Roseberry. I purchased this off of Stash Unload, and it came with the chart, the finishing materials, and the flosses. It did not come with any fabric, any linen or anything like that. So I am working on this on a piece of, I'm looking for my tag to tell you what it is. Oh, 32 count tarnished silver linen fabric from Lakeside. And I have a pretty decent start on it, and I love it. The inside of the flower has another color that alternates, and then these kind of have this really cool ombre effect, but I love it. This was actually a very quick stitch. This is a beautiful piece of linen. It's almost kind of got a gray lavender tone, but I'm enjoying that one. That was a fun start. I'm not done yet. All right, so then I can't remember, I started this last week and showed you. Did I even put anything else in it? Hold on. Hold, please. Nope, I think I showed this last week. I'm going to show you again. This is Poor and Needy by Lindy Stitches. I cannot remember if I showed this or not. If I did, just fast forward. And that's what I have so far. I think it's the same. I think it's exactly where it was last week. This is a 16 count Mystery Aida from BeStitchMe. And it's in a pouch by me. Okay, 2 more. No, 2 more and then one I'm starting tonight that I just haven't gone to. Another one of the canvas pouches. This one has a brown zipper. And this holds, oh, I love this. This is from the newest issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. This is by Cecilia Turner of Heart and Hand, and this is Autumn Owl Etching. And I believe, if I am correct, I get the digital copy, so I just print a copy for myself. I am fairly certain I am stitching this in 3 of the called for and 1 Colonial Copper I did not have. So I swapped in Color and Cotton Bear Copper. So this is on a piece of 18 count Veteris from Mystic Fabrics. It's a more green version. And so far I have the top border and the outline of that owl. And it's so fun. This is a fun stitch. So yeah. I'm enjoying that one. Speaking of Cecilia Turner, towards the end of this, you're going to see some Friend Stitch goodies. There will be a spoiler, like, hey, spoiler. This is a pouch by Bent Needle Makes. You can find Liz on Instagram under Bent Needle Makes. And this holds, when was this from? An ornament from the Just Cross Stitch Christmas ornament issue. Oh no. I think it was in there, but this is from an issue from June 2017. And it is Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, and it's the Nutcracker ornament. I am stitching this one for my brother because he collects German nutcrackers. And I am stitching it in mostly the called for colors or close. I am swapping out the metallic with a Etoile, DMC Etoile. And this is on a 28 count Weeks Dye Works linen. It is the Natural and Tin Roof Gingham linen. And so far I have the beginnings of the hat in that really pretty royal blue color. So I'd had this piece of gingham, and I thought it could be kind of fun to do this on. So far I'm really liking it. All right, and then today, my start for today for Starttember is another small. This is by Cherry Hill Stitchery. And I am actually stitching this for my best work friend, who is our counselor. This is Cherry Hill Stitchery, You Are So Loved. I am stitching it without the sew. I am stitching You Are Loved. Every week, she gets on and does our praise report where she shares about students who have been nominated for doing exceptional things, great things. And at the end, she says, remember, you are loved. And so I'm doing this for her. And I will be starting this evening on this piece of 18 count Aida from Victorian Motto. This is in Colonial, so it's just a really pretty light tan. And I swapped out a few of the colors. It's more pastel. I wanted it to be more vibrant because that's her vibe. So I've got Weeks Dye Works Romance, which is a bright pink. It's coming more red, but it is a bright pink. Color and Cotton Ash Plum. This is Color and Cotton Pickle. I believe I love pickle. And this is Victorian Motto 1940s Aqua. So that is my color palette. It only has 4. And I'm excited to start on that this evening for her. And this lives in a little Liberty fabric cosmetic bag that I don't use for cosmetics. And so it's now holding a stitchy project. So yeah, that is all of my stitching starts / whips. Let me show you my 2 knitting starts that are both part of knit-alongs. So the first one lives in this Amazon tote. I cast on, this started last Friday, but I did not have my yarn wound. I didn't have the right needles to cast on because you cast on with a different size than you knit with. So yeah, I had to get my act together and get all my components, and I don't have the image. This is the Moving Forward wrap by Bayron Stitches. Let me pull up a picture of it because I want to show you what it's going to look like because I only have just a tiny bit. This one is, Erin 2 Martini Stitcher and I chat often about lots of things, but we've been chatting a lot about knitting. And she made mention that she tries to learn, she's newer to knitting than I am, but I'm coming back to it from quite a hiatus. And she says, I want to learn one thing new with each project. Well, this one, I'm learning a center double decrease. There's lace in it. There's eyelets. there's a lot. Now, I've done some lace work. I've done some eyelet, like I've done some of those things in the past, but it's been a very long time. So I'm excited to do some new stuff. So let me find this to share with you, to show you the picture. It's called the Moving Forward Wrap, and she created this, charted this during a hard time in her life. And so it is in the shape of an arrow. It's beautiful. And I had talked last week that because they had a cast on party last Friday. I was not ready to start then. But there's a lot of other folks that are starting this or working through this, and it didn't have to be started on that day. So, I really wanted to figure out what yarn I wanted to use. So I ended up going into my stash, and I found, this was one of the Knit Picks ones I've shared in a previous video. And this is their Hawthorne fingering weight in Skyline, and it's this beautiful like hunter green teal combo with some lightness to it. And I have 2 of them. I have ordered another one, and so I have not very much, but I do have like the first couple of rows, and in the next couple I'm gonna hope to work a little bit on this tonight, for sure tomorrow. The center double decrease will start making this point pull down and everything else pull up. So I'm excited to work on this a little bit more. Like I said, it is above my stitchy pay grade, but I'm really excited to work on it. So I did go ahead and make myself a spreadsheet of each row of the pattern, and I highlight as I go. So I have only done cast on and two rows. Now I will say this. Already with this project, I learned German twisted cast on, because I have been traditionally only a long tail cast on person. So I learned German twisted cast on, which gives, apparently, because I was like, why? It gives you a stretchier cast on edge, so it's not as tight. And then I have also done center double decrease. So, and I'm excited to get a little bit more time in this in the coming days and weeks. So you will likely see this again in a couple of weeks. I don't think I will show them unless they have significant progress. And I need to put a stitch marker on this, so I can, or progress marker, so we can know where we come from. All right, so then last night, my new knitting buddy and I decided to do a cast on together. We were supposed to do a Zoom cast on together. However, Joy, the little one, was having a rough go of things at bedtime. So we just kind of chatted via Instagram Messenger. I have learned about the push to talk, so we chatted in that respect. And we both decided to cast on because we had yarn from this company and we both wanted to knit the same wrap. So we have hashtagged this, hashtag Treehouse Lentilla Cow, and it'll be in the description box below. I have this in my cute little bag I showed last week. This is by Birch Grove. You can find them on Etsy. It's a beautiful, cute little pouch. It fits my cake of yarn. It doesn't quite fit my spreadsheet that well, but it works out. I have my highlighter in here. I have my yarn, my needles, and my picture to show you. This is the lentilla. This is another one of those hitchhiker style shawls. This one has a cool ruffle detailing. So the thing I am learning with this one is German short rows. And I am knitting this with a beautiful hank of fingering weight yarn from Treehouse Knits. They are out of Austin, Texas. She is fantastic. I love everything she does. I don't know how much is left, but today she put a lot of her retiring colors on sale, and they are steal of a deal. So head on over to Etsy and look for Treehouse Knits. This is their August 2020, I shouldn't say they, because it's just her, August 2020 mystery yarn. So it's beautiful. It's got light blue, medium blue, dark blue, almost like a navy blue. And then it's got this peachy tone, and then it's just beautiful. Like, cakes make me so happy. Like, caking yarn is just so fun. And it helps that I have a helper to help me. I did invest, and it will be here shortly, but I did go ahead and invest in a wood Swift because I was working off of a plasticky one off of Amazon, because I saved my money in that respect to see if it was something that it was going to last at least some reasonable amount of time, and it did so far, and so I might as well have the nice one. So I have a bit of a start, not much, but this is my first ruffle bit. So yay! And it's so pretty. Oh my gosh, I love this yarn. So, and I'm knitting this on US 2.5s. These are Chaigus, and they are a 40-inch cable. So yay. Yay for that. So as far as I know, I don't have any other things to cast on, but I can't guarantee that. So let's chat a tiny bit about plans. Obviously, I'm still in start timber. I will continue to start things until my birthday on October 13th. That will be my last start for a bit. And then I'm going to start working on 42 by 42, which means I want to get it 42 whips by the time I am 42, which will be in 2 years because I turned 40 in less than a month. So my previous whip, my big old whip, my big old project that I would like to focus on this week, we're going to spin the wheel and see what she chooses. That's a good one. I'm excited. United We Stand. That's a Teresa Kogut chart. I started that as part of hashtag Representation Matters Sal and hashtag Diversity and Inclusion Sal. So I'll be excited to put some time into that. All right, plans wise, that's about it. School. Yeah. I am almost done reading 40 verses to ignite your faith, and then I'm contemplating which book I'm going to read next as kind of my like uplifting inspirational book. I am on verse 39 of the 40, so I am very close. I have another Bob Goff. I have some Elisa Turkhurst books. So we'll see. I'm not sure but I'll share that with you when I decide. So let's do some Joy-Filled Stashy Stash time, but we're going to start with some Knitty Stash. But I will do my bucket intro. It's Joy-Filled Stashy Stash time. It's Joy-Filled Stashy Stash time, and I'm going to start with knitting stash, and it comes in its own basket. So, interesting story behind this. One of my local LYSs, I have two as far as I know, these two were part of the North Texas Yarn Crawl. It's been over the last 2 weeks. Typically a yarn crawl is over a weekend, but they have done it over 2 weeks in order to maintain, protocols and social distancing and all of that. And so Juju Knits is owned by Julie Fairley, and she is fantastic. Her knowledge runs deep, deep, deep into yarns and knitting and techniques and all sorts of really cool stuff. So she has a very active Facebook page. Now, a lot of the things for the crawl were exclusive, and you couldn't necessarily claim them and have them ship, or you could do a curbside pickup for some items. Well, so one of the things that she said she was not going to hold, and she was not going to do anything, and she sneaked these before the crawl even started, and I was like, gorgeous, are these beautiful handmade baskets. And they are from Ghana, and they are made by crafts people in Ghana. And so what happened is earlier this week, she posted a picture of what was remaining. She maybe had 8 remaining, and said, I will now go ahead, since we're getting towards the end and we want the profits of this to go, or proceeds to go to the organization that it benefits, we're going to go ahead and let you pay in advance and do curbside for these. I didn't know if I would be able to get into the shop to actually shop, so I chose to reach out to her. She'll do a virtual shopping thing with you. She'll show you stuff. So I got this beautiful basket. Beautiful basket. I mean, I want to support, obviously, artisans. There's some other knitting stuff in here. And I have been wanting to cast on the Empower bandana. I want to do it in purple, but I would like to. I love seeing the folks that have finished it and how cute it is. I cannot wait to wear it in like the wintertime with like a stand-up collar jacket. Like I think it'll be so beautiful. But I want to maybe do 2 of them. Do the purple and then also do like a neutral. And so it calls for a DK weight. And so I reached out to Julie and said, hey, what do you have that's like exclusive or special for the crawl, the yarn crawl, that is like a neutral in DK weight? And she sent me this picture and I said, sold. And so this is by Chrysalis Yarns Co. This is hand dyed here in Texas. And this is Fossy DK in the color grain. It's beautiful. And it is 70% baby alpaca, 20% silk, and 10% cashmere. It is literally like a cloud in yarn form. It is so amazing. So of course I said, yes please, I will take one because I only need one. And then I said, hey, do you have anything like really beautiful that I just have to see? And she sent me a picture of a yarn that was in a DK, and I was like, I don't really know what else I might have for a DK. I said, do you have something similar to that in a fingering weight? She said, I totally have the same exact thing in fingering weight. And I was like, okay, let me see it sold. So this is beautiful. This is by Night Owl Fibers. They are out of Houston, Texas. You can find them at nightowlfibers.com. This is their Tawny Owl fingering. So it's 100% superwash merino. And this is in the color Perfection. And it's just a beautiful autumnal orange. It's beautiful. Like, I'm excited. I don't know what I'll do with it yet, but it's so pretty. And I love how they do their tag with the light bulb stitch marker with just this little sweet bead. I mean, that could make a great progress marker for this project. So I did get those 2 yarns. I restrained myself because goodness knows I could have gone hog. And then she sent me home with a yarn crawl postcard that has all the participating shops, a Juju Knits button, and then this little printout that says Juju Knits Binding Community. I love it. So that was super exciting. So I did have some more yarn stash. So I alluded to this when I showed the Treehouse Knits yarn last week, that I was expecting some that I placed off of her, an order I placed off her website, and it's crinkly. So my apologies on the crinkle. Take your earbuds out. Yeah. She had a sale going. It's not on anymore except the retiring sale. She had a sale going, and so I bought a few things. So I bought this beautiful, this is in fingering, 75-25 fingering, and this is Midnight Bloom. As far as I know, all of the ones I'm showing are still available. I will link below her Etsy shop. This is super squish and awesome. English Rose. This is also a 75-25 fingering. A lot of these are available in different weights. She does a DK, a worsted, and several different lighter weights. Super nice. And then I got in worsted, because I have an idea for this. Dude. This is called Coral Streams. And in her note to me, she said that Coral Streams in worsted is possibly one of her most favorite yarns. Well, I can see why. It is gorgeous. It's coral, cream, and then it has these blue, like, splatter paints. So I have something planned for this, but it's going to be down the road. I have a lot of other things on the needles, so I need to take care of those. All right, so then the last thing that came knitting-wise is my knit crate for September. So a couple of you took advantage of my referral link, which I will post below, in order to get your first knit crate 50% off. So yeah, I have a referral link. If you use my link to sign up for a knit crate, your first crate is 50% off, whether you decide to do the sock crate or the knit crate itself. Knit crate comes with different yarns each month. Sock crate is always going to be their sock yarn of some kind. and there's 3 color choices there. I'll show you that in just a minute. Or you can choose to like surprise, like each month you don't know exactly what you're going to get. You can swap each month. So my first month I got the all natural. My second month, September, I got Energize Me, and you'll see why. And then they just released sneaks of October's, and I swapped to the Chill Out because I liked that tone adding into my collection. I didn't have something like it. So let me show you what I got. And I like that they even coordinated the tissue. You'll see what. So I get the sock crate, and there's always some kind of extra goodie. Last month it was a stitch marker. This time it's a magnet that says sock maker forever, cold feet never. I love it. It comes with a book. Okay. This month it comes with a book. I love this company because I got an email from them last week, I believe, that they're switching to bio-friendly packaging. So this booklet will now be online. You will get like a code to put into your computer, and you can go and access the whole thing, print out what you want, that kind of thing. It's going to come in like a biodegradable rice somehow pouch is what your thing is going to be. You can choose to get the box and the printout and all of that. You'll still get your beautiful yarn. You'll still get, you know, the sussy. That's what we call surprises, like little small gifts or sussies. It'll just be in a more eco-friendly. This is the other cool thing. So for every month that you do it, they're going to plant a tree somewhere. And each month would be a different tree. Like, I think that's cool. And then they share with you what kind of tree was planted and where. Like, that's pretty rockin' awesome. And so you have the option to keep the old packaging, but you have to literally go in and tell them, I want the old packaging, and your box will be a little bit more expensive. I'm totally fine with the eco-friendly and the fact that they're going to plant a tree for every box I buy. Like, that's super cool. So anyway, the inspiration this month was Paradiso. And beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful booklet. But, I mean, you're still going to get all of that. So, the Knit Crate yarns this month were these 3 shades, depending upon if you wanted all natural, Energize Me, or Chill Out. These are the sock yarns. So, again, all natural, Energize Me, and Chill Out. So, can you see why I picked that? Not that the other 2 were not amazing. But, dude. So, let me show it to you. Joy-Filled Little One has already pretty much, like, said that's going to be mine. And I was like, of course it is. If you can wrestle it from me. Because, like, look at that. It's like neon. This needs to be something for Courtney Moore, the American Girl 80s doll. No, I love this. I'm really loving the texture. It's very squishy. I have worked with Knit Crate yarns before, so I'm kind of really excited. And they call this the block sock. I am going to, at some point, do a sock. I would like to find an easy sock, one that maybe uses the magic loop method. Because I am not a fan of DPNs, double pointed needles. And so anyway, if you're at all interested in Knit Crate, you can try it out for a month. You can cancel anytime. It's worth a shot, especially at 50% off. So I will, like I said, put my referral code below. So yeah. All right, I have some cross stitch stash. I am going to just briefly show you the Friend Stitch pouch with all the goodies hidden inside. At the end of this, I will link a video that I filmed from top down, unboxing it, so you can see it in more in depth. And that way, if you are participating in the second go round, you're not spoiled unless you choose to be spoiled. Like, spoiler alert. So if you want to stick around past the my ending song, that will be where that video is tacked on. All right, so not going to show them in super in depth because I know some have already showed. I did get my nest egg from 3 Owl Threads. This was my August. So I get Classic Colorworks. So we have some pretty colors this month. We are somewhere in the seas. And so yeah, I got some good colors there. And then I get Gentle Arts. This is my August was my last month that I'm getting the 5-yard skeins. I went ahead and beefed up to the 10-yard because the 10-yard skeins are only $10 more for all 10. So it's $1 more for 10 yards. Like it is the way to go. Now, right now, as far as I know, they're closed until the situation gets better in terms of them being able to readily get the raw product to even make the flosses. And here are my gentle arts. So lots of pretty tones. We are somewhere in the H's, it looks like. So the reason why I say that is in the event that she happens to open something up, you will know where you start because you start wherever she is. You don't start back at A. So wherever you are, and she says it takes about a year to go through them. All right, so I got my Victoria Mottos finally from July. At least I assume these are July because I have not gotten August's. And I've decided to take a break because I have literally no more storage room. So these are my primitive limited editions. People have already shown these because they got them long before my poor lost ones. These might be August's. I don't know. But these are my primitive ones. And this is a beautiful palette this month. I love those greens. This one's really pretty. That's Farmhouse Cider Mill. And then I also, well, I'm not anymore. I got 6 of the primitive limited edition and then 6 of the limited edition, which are typically more of a bright tone. I got my only sadness sometimes is that I get a lot of duplicate colors. Like this one was kind of a little bit like I got 2 that are kind of this and 2 yellows. Like it would have been nice to have had a bright blue or a bright green. I mean, they're still beautiful flosses. This would be great for a monochrome piece. I love this one on the end. This might be my favorite. This is Heirloom Hollyhocks. So anyway, I got those. I have 1 more month still to get in the mail. I'll show those when those come in. But I just decided to put my money elsewhere for right now because I don't necessarily always need 20 yards of something. And they're not called for. So it's, you have to, you're subbing in. All right. So then I placed an order with, who did I place an order with for this? And did anything else come? I don't remember who this was with, but I did a pre-order for it. But this is the Blue Flower Acorns chart. So I am doing Autumn Drum. I'm going to stitch the Autumn Drum as a small, maybe do a hoop finish. And then I'm going to do this one instead of the side piece of that because I love the saying that's on here. It says the creation of 1,000 forests is in a single acorn. I love that. Janine is just awesome. She does amazing things. Okay, I had seen this Mary Englebright kit on somebody's Flosstube. It might have been Garrett Coffee Stitcher. He had one. But it's a Mary Englebright. It's a Bucilla kit. These are the ones you have to find on eBay. I found this one on eBay. It was reasonably priced, I assume. It was about double the original retail, which inflation would say is okay. And it's a full kit. It says, walk toward the sunshine and the shadows will fall behind you. It comes with, I believe, 14 count Aida and all the flosses. I will say this, all of that pink is stitched. I will tell you what I will do. I won't stitch all of that. I'm not into like the needlepoint style or like it being full coverage. So I will swap in a pink fabric instead because I have some pretty pink ones. So yeah, and I even have a 20 count blush pink that I think would be really pretty. So yeah, I'm excited about this at some point. And then floss wise, it looks like it's Bucilla floss. So there is no, the colors do not line up with DMC's. So there might be a conversion chart out there. I'm not sure. I don't know. So I'm excited about that little purchase. I had a dear viewer that sent me those little Prairie Schooler stitch cards. And I've seen others post them. And I was like, okay, where do you get these? So I went searching. And I found some places that have them. One of which was Jen's Stitching Niche. You can find her on Etsy. So I went ahead and purchased 3 different packs. I don't remember which ones these were. But I got this pack. The reason why I'm not showing you is the ones that I'm not going to stitch are going to be used for giveaways. So there's this pack. She had several. I picked, there is one that's very much more, it might be this one that's mostly Halloween. There was another one that I was just like, because it shows you all the options, and I was like, So I picked 3 sets, and they come with a fair few cards in them, so go check those out. While I was there, I had not seen this color of the Lady Doc Creates cotton lace trim. This is Dandelions is the colorway. It's a pretty light green. I grabbed that. And then this chart was in her sale section or clearance section, and I had not seen this. This is Luminous Fiber Arts Berry Buzz, and I think this is a really cute small. This is 59 by 59, and I even was looking and going, how cute would that be to finish the edge? I know that it was finished with blue, but that would be really cute. So anywho, and it's charted in Weeks Dye Works and DMC. So I will possibly just convert it to either all DMC or to fancy flosses of my own from my massive stash of flosses. Speaking of stash, de-stash, I have a few more orders that came in towards the very end that I'm working on getting out this weekend. And then I will likely go, I'm going to go through and archive everything that has been sent out, and then maybe have a bit of a markdown sale. We'll see. All right, so then I got an order in from Color and Cotton. It is my fabric for Consider the Lilies. I'm so excited about this fabric. It came with a fun freebie. So 2 floss colors, 4 yards each. It doesn't tell you what colors, but how pretty are those? Those will definitely go into some project. This is a half yard of 20 count. I don't need all of it, but I just got it to be safe, of aged paper, and it is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm so excited, and it came beautifully packaged with that freebie. I'm so excited it came in time for my start. I think I had it initially on the 1st, but then I moved it back closer to my birthday just to make sure I gave it time. It's going to be sometime in October. I don't know exactly when, but I am so excited it came. Oh my gosh, so excited. So then, apparently I have all the luck with Garon tote bags with Ronnie and Gary. Because this month for Bag of the Month, they spun for the mini bags, and I was chosen for one of those, which awesome. And then they did a little thing where they asked us to share what the important events that were happening this month, like their anniversaries and things, important events. And even if we didn't guess correctly, we were entered into a drawing for a $20 coupon. $20 off coupon for their new Garon Stitchery site. Well, all I can say is please go order something from them, because 1, they have some amazing stuff. I will be placing an order because I want to try out their Weeks Dye Works that's now on spools. It's almost like a sulky, so it's 2 strands, so you don't have to strand it. I'm like, yeah. I might actually get it for, if they have the colors, I might get it for that Berry Buzz. That could be a cute, fun one to do. Anywho, so I went and shopped their site, used my $20 coupon. Within an hour, this was like in the evening, within an hour, I had a shipment notification that it was going to ship the next day, and it was here lightning fast. So I have been eyeing this since I saw it in Hello from Liz Matthews' new release video. This is her autumn tree. I'm obsessed. I love everything about it. It's got squirrels. It's got acorns. It's got these really cool, like, cornstalk flowers. It's everything. So, I got that. And I was browsing it around, and I was like, I don't know that I want to do it in molasses, because that's, $33.71 gets boring. So, I was like, I know that Gary has the Belsoise. So, let me go see what brown Belsoise there are. So, I bought 2 different ones to choose from. So, I have, this is Classic Colorworks Belsoise in Harvest. And then I have Briar Patch. So my initial thought is I'm going to do it in Harvest. I just think this is beautiful, and it'll make it such a gorgeous stitch. I don't know what fabric I'm going to do yet. I don't know for sure that I'm going to do the Harvest. The other one will not go to waste. I can guarantee you that. So I got those. And then they carry some color and cotton fabrics. I had just destashed this colorway in a linen that I had gotten off Kitten Stitcher, and I loved it. But they had the 18 count Aida. This is Canyon. I saw this one, and I already kind of have an idea of what might be fantastic on this. This is Whimsical. This is 18 count. As you can see, it's got some really cool, like, lilac modeling. I have to get done, or I'm going to have another clip to edit. And then that was an 18 count. This is also an 18 count in Butterscotch, which I think is beautiful. So that is what I got from Huron Stitchery. All right, so then I follow Joanna of Stitching the High Notes. She has fantastic, like, if I want just an amazing video to watch that, like, brings me immense joy, I watch her studio vlogs. She has this presence about her. She reminds me a little bit of Bernadette Banner, who does the really cool Costube, where she does all of the Edwardian, like, hand sewing. Just beautiful. So anyway, she makes knitting and stitching bags, and she had shared about this fabric, but I don't think I saw it until after she was already sharing it in her studio vlog. I already bought it, but now I love it even more. So I bought her drawstring knit tote. Look at this fabric. It's got like ice cream yarn balls. It's got the scissors cutting the waffle cone with pinking shears. I mean, it's just fantastic. And then she uses Essex linen, and this is like metallic. Is that not insanely gorgeous? And then she uses beautiful white cotton on the inside, and then she has a fabric stamp, Stitching the High Notes. I got a beautiful card, her business card, and then she sent me a progress keeper with the clef. So I was excited about that to come in. It's beautiful. Probably not be my last. And then Stitch Toolbox, Anna Collado, posted this bag on her Instagram, and I literally bolted over to purchase it because I couldn't not buy it. So this is the front. It's beautiful. Look at this. Look at those pumpkins. The happy fall gal, the gratitude, this cat with the pumpkin on its back. I had to have it. I don't know if she has any more, but this fabric is so cute. I had to have it. Had to. So that's all she wrote for nitty stitchy nonsense. So let's do our Angel Kindness card. So this says, did I do this one last week? I don't think so. I might have. I'm gonna rewatch that. I love this one though. And on the front it says, rich and poor have this in common. The Lord is maker of them all. Proverbs 22:2. And on the back it says, be kind always. Even when someone doesn't seem to deserve kindness, be kind anyway, for you know not of their struggles. And that is so very true. And actually it's very powerful to me today, because I'm dealing with kind of a, I don't want to say frustrating, but a heartbreaking situation at work, and myself and the another person involved in this situation are not agreeing necessarily on it, and that other person is not being very kind to me, but I am still trying to show kindness because she's clearly struggling with something. Showing kindness is not hard. I heard this great song. I've never heard it before because I typically listen to our Christian playlist, like that I've curated, when we're in the car going anywhere. So I don't listen to, when I do, I listen to the Christian radio station or the Christian Sirius XM radio station. But I have never heard this song. Well, each class in our school, each homeroom, presents a chapel on Wednesdays, and they're virtual this year. Well, this week was one of our 4th grade classes, and they shared a Danny Gokey song. This year our theme is all about love does. Love is an action. And they shared this song by Danny Gokey called Love God, Love People. And it's literally, make it really simple. Get back down to ground zero. it's like all God wants you to do is love him and love people. So it's love God and love people. And so I think that that is something we could have more in our world, is if you're not a follower of God, if Jesus is not your savior, I totally get that. And that is your personal decision. But how about we do that second part, the love people thing? We are all people. We all were created by someone for a purpose. We were put here for that purpose. And we need to learn to love each other. Differences aside, let's just be kind. Let's just be loving of each other. Let's support each other. Even if, like, through the badness, even if somebody's being rotten to you, you have no idea what might be breaking inside of them, or how broken they truly are. I saw a meme that said something to the effect of, the moment that you interact with somebody could be the only positive moment they have of that day. And I was like, that's powerful. Like, you don't know if the person working at the Starbucks window has had just the worst day. And what does it cost to be kind? What does it cost to be, like, caring towards people, or just be civil and polite? But that was a bit of how I was raised, and how I try to raise my own daughter, is that people are more important than things, and we need to treasure those who we care about. And even those that we care about, they can hurt us with their feelings, but we don't know what hurt they have. So, folks, I really do hope you have a wonderful week. I hope that you are able to find people to surround yourself with that are kind, that are caring, that help to build you up, not tear you down. And if you're interested in seeing the Friend Stitch unboxing, stay tuned after my song. If you don't want to be spoiled, totally get it. You are welcome to peace out. You might have already peaced out and might not even be hearing that, and that's totally fine too. Not everybody has time for an hour and some odd minute video. I get that. And I did not intend for this one to be that long, but such is life. I had a lot to show. So with that, I will bid you so long, stitch well. I'll see you soon, my friends. Goodbye. Goodbye, and I'll see you next week.
Hello, my Flosstube friends. I'm coming to you with an extra video of my Friend Stitch box. Yay! This is an opening of my Friend Stitch box. So, I'm trying a different camera setup. We'll see how this works. I need to keep it within this area right here so that you can see all the awesomeness that is the Friend Stitch box. So, spoiler alert, because there is another one of these going to be happening towards the end of October. So if you are participating in that one and you do not want to be spoiled with what is inside this box, I would encourage you to turn this video off right now and come back to it later if you would like. But if you are interested to see what came in the Friend Stitch box, this is an awesome event that is happening today, September the 12th. And it is put on by Bent Creek and Cecilia Turner of Heart and Hand. And this is a box of goodies that they sent. And it has a beautiful sticker on the front. It says no peeking. I have waited until today to not peek. I have literally only cut the tape. I have not done anything. And what's cute is, I did see this. It says, have a holly jolly Christmas. So this is a super fun thing. It comes along with a exclusive Zoom that's going to be going on most of the day today. I am not able to participate due to some other plans that we have. So I thought that I would go ahead and open this right now. So no spoilers yet. So we have a sweet little card that says, Friend Stitch, let the magic begin. And it says what all is in it. So we're not going to look at our spoiler card. But we're going to go ahead and gently peel. Make sure we're in frame good. Peel open. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So far, this is packed so beautifully. Like, I am so impressed that this arrived like this. So cool. So we've got some delicious, these are some of my favorite, the soft mints, the Redbird soft mints. This says, let's learn linen and needles. So I think this is for a small techniques class that is going to be part of the Zoom. The Zoom actually is going to be recorded, so I will get to do it within the next like 2 weeks. Oh, how cute. It's a friend stitch journal and a friend stitch pencil. Oh my gosh, I love everything so far. A ruler that says it's the most wonderful time of the year. Oh my goodness. Look at how fun that is. So this is the friend stitch fob or zipper pull. It's wooden and it's got a jingle bell and it says joy. So it was made for me. Some more candies. Oh, and then we've got a Sulky pack. So we've got a Sulky pack with 6 colors in it. So this must be for one of our charts. Oh my goodness. So now comes the next. It's like unveiling layer upon layer. Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't want to disrupt it, but I need to. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is pull all of this out from here. Oh my goodness. There's still more. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't want to disturb all the crinkle that was so lovingly packed. Okay. So we've got down in the bottom, sorry I bumped you, an awesome like heavy duty zipper pouch with the friend stitch logo. It's got a fun red zipper. Love it. And then we've got some of the kits and things. So let's see what is in this first one. So in this first one, it looks like we've got 2 different items. We've got the Holly Jolly Christmas ornament, and then this design right here. So this says Festive Trio. So it looks like we've got some really pretty red buttons. It says peace on earth will come to stay when we live Christmas every day. Everything has the fringe stitch branding. We've got some beautiful wool pieces, some linen, 2 pieces of linen, and a needle. I believe I read that this comes with all 36 count linen, or no, excuse me, 32 count linen. So this is the Holiday Heirlooms Festive Trio. So it's a tree and a bird. Oh my goodness, with the little felt. And then we've got the ornament. So these are Holiday Heirlooms. Oh my gosh, those are all so cute. Okay, so next, let's see what else is in here. I love, so far I have not found a thing that I don't absolutely adore. This is so amazing. Let me put my buttons back in here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so then in this one, oh my goodness. So this is the Gift of Peace. So we had some projects in there, and then we've got projects in here. And this has 2 charts, it looks like. So we've got this one right here, which I love. And then may peace be your gift this Christmas. And that bunny is precious. So in this, we have some beautiful star and snowflake buttons. Some gorgeous Weeks Dyeworks colors on a ring. Some more beautiful linen. And then we have the chart for the Gift of Peace. So off camera, I would like to see what it says. So it looks like most of these are stitched. These are on platinum linen. I did not look at the specifications for the other project. So I'm curious. I guess let's see. That's 5 projects. So I believe we're going to use the Sulky pack for the first 2, for the tree and the ornament. And then we've got the wool felt for the wool felt project. Let me lay this all out because we have 5 projects in total. Plus we have the learning stitch. So we have this kit with the 2. We have this with 3 different projects. Wish I didn't have so much glare. We've got the awesome project bag. The ruler. We've got the Sulky that goes with this set right here. All the candies. We've got the Let's Learn linen and needle. So we're going to put that here. We've got the fob. We've got all the candy. Our notebook. with our Friend Stitch logo and our pencil in case we want to take some notes. And this is what was in the amazing Friend Stitch box. And I agree. Let's let the magic begin. So I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. As far as I know, this is sold out, but I don't think this will be a one-time occurrence. They might decide to do this again in the future, so watch for it. And I hope you enjoyed and have a great stitchy weekend. Bye, friends.